Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, Halloween Ends opened October 14 all around the world. It also was available on Peacock, which I think heard it. Now, I thought the last film, Halloween Kills, was actually released on Peacock and theatrically, but it wasn't. They were going to release it on Peacock, and then they put it off for a year so they could release it theatrically. But I watched it online, so I kind of forgot that because I didn't go to see it in the theatre, which was incredibly disappointing. And it did well. Halloween Ends did less than Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills opening was 49 million domestic. This one was 40, so it's quite a bit less. But people are blaming that on Peacock. Some people are blaming it on the film and saying it's bad, or people didn't like the last film. I had a few issues with the last film, but not the political issues a lot of people had. I agreed with the message that it had. I just didn't think it was very fun. It's basically just Laurie stuck in a hospital and people being crazy for a couple of hours. And I've only watched it once. I've got to watch it again. But yeah, so the film made 40 million and 50,000 domestically. It made 17.2 million internationally, so 57 worldwide. Now, I was going to do a video about that, but I thought I'll just wait and see how the whole week goes. So it did another 6 million, basically 6.5 million domestically, so it's 46.177 million domestically, 18.7 international, which makes 64.9 for the whole week. So that's decent. Now, I don't really understand why they release it like 2 weeks before Halloween. I don't understand why they don't just release it the weekend closest to Halloween and just, have it, hit on Halloween. I think they assume that it will hit on its own. So if they put it a week or two out from Halloween, that'll keep people coming in for like the third week. So instead of dropping off as much as it normally would, people will be going because it's Halloween. So I'm guessing that's why they've done that with the last, I think they did it with all three of them actually. But it's really hard if you're, a Halloween fan and you're, you have to watch it or wait 2 weeks and watch it on Halloween. It's like you have watch it or wait or whatever. But I already sort of know everything that happens in it anyway. But yeah, I mean, I'm a bit disappointed for it. I think Peacock heard it, and I don't think it was the smartest idea. I'm glad they didn't do it the first time. But the second film didn't do as well as the first film, but whether that was because of the you-know-what or bad word of mouth about the second film, because a lot of people attacked it politically because they felt it was talking about the right wing and all this political argument about it, about group violence and stuff like this, and the January 6th and all that. But it was written before that. It just happened to sort of fit in with that sort of theme in that situation. But people thought it was like a deliberate attack and political, and so a lot of haters going on about it. So I think that hurt a little bit, but I think Peacock hurt this one. So we're in the middle of the second weekend, and the third weekend will actually be Halloween weekend, although Halloween is actually annoyingly on Monday. I can't think of a worse day to have Halloween on Monday. The last few years it's been towards the end of the week, so it's been good, but as things like shift around, I think this is the first time it's been Monday for a while. But so I normally watch all the Halloween films. I start on after midnight on the 30th, and then so I sort of have two main nights to watch the films, and then I try to. Sometimes I mostly just watch the special features and documentaries or whatever's come up in the last year, because I don't watch anything about Halloween unless on Halloween. So it's like save stuff up that I find, and then I do that, and I have like a little marathon, and it's starting to stretch into the 1st and 2nd of October now. And I might even just go for the whole week and just do like a Halloween week because there's just too much stuff to go through. There's fan films. There's someone did like a 4-hour documentary on the whole series and the making of it and all that. I just can't do it in a couple of days anymore. There's the original series films. If you just sort of look at the first Halloween and then 2 and H2O and Resurrection, or you look at 1 to 8. Then there's the Rob Zombie films, which I haven't watched forever because they're usually the ones that get missed out because they're not very good and they don't fit in with the rest. But then now you have 3 timelines and the reboots. So you've got the current sort of timeline that goes from the original film to the 2018 film, and then the other 2, so those 4 films. and then you've got the original 8 films, or if you split that up, there's, you know, ones I just mentioned, and then 4, 5, and 6. So it's becoming more and more complicated, and it's just going to get more complicated as it goes on. I don't believe this is the last Halloween film. I really wish they'd do sort of another semi-reboot and have Danielle Harris come back and somehow play a different version of Jamie, one that didn't, you know, die horribly in the films, and is more like the original script for part 6 and so forth. But I don't know what's going to happen. But either way, it did okay at the box office. It was #1. It did less than Halloween Kills, but it did good. I do think Peacock heard it, but we'll see how it holds up second weekend and how it does on Halloween weekend and how it does obviously overall. And it's the last film anyway, so it's not going to endanger the next film if it doesn't do well. It's the end, so it's okay. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.